By consciously focusing on the things we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from negative aspects and develop a more positive outlook on life. You see, someone like me, initially I was um, absolutely cynical about the whole idea of taking a notebook and writing down what you're thankful for. It's a pain. Let's be honest, right? Every day you go through your life, and at the end you're expected to sit down and write what you're thankful for. Now, uh, I decided to let's try it out for 1 month, all thanks to a journal book that a friend had gifted me, which is called Mindful Brush Journal. And it's essentially a way for you to note down every day three, four things that asks you questions, and you're supposed to write it and see how you feel about it. That way, you don't start with a blank canvas. And the beauty about this book is that every day they've made sure that they've inserted facts and tools that you can use to improve your life in terms of your mental health capacity. Now, of course, uh, these videos, these all these content, they're not meant to be a replacement for professional help, right? If you're someone who seeks or needs professional help, that is the best way to do it, because I myself take professional help, right? And there's a reason why I take it is because I know that that part of mine will be center, that part of mine is always there, and I'm working with someone who studied it, so she can give me more insights into these patterns and behaviors. Now, things like gratitude journaling, things like meditation, these are other things that you explore, right? So, moving back to the idea or the art of gratitude, right? Thinking, the art of thinking in terms of what you're thankful for, right? You have to understand that gratitude is something that does not just significantly improve your well-being, but it develops some sort of resilience in the face of adversity. When we actively acknowledge the positive aspects of our lives, it becomes easier to find silver linings. You get what I'm saying? Even in challenging situations. Now, one of the reasons you have to understand is that the world is a shit place. The world has a lot of negativity, right? When you make that as your base and you realize that positive things, the good things, are spikes in your life as opposed to the other way around, which is basically thinking, oh, my life is the best, but I have these spikes of bad days, bad moments. When you flip that thought process, it changes a complete perspective, and that's what I gathered from writing down things that I'm grateful for, right? Just imagine you believe that your life is great, you believe you are awesome, you believe that this is, life is meant to be happy, filled with joy, but then you have these moments of sadness, depression, and things are not working out for you. Now, if you're someone who has mastered his or her emotions to up to some extent where you go back to your normal routine after that, but in other cases, something which I also go through is that I tend to stay in that zone for a while, right? And if you're someone like that, then let me tell you, if you flip that perspective, if you think that life is anyway shit, life is unfair, people are unfair, it's because everyone has their own story, everyone has their own needs and wants, and it's just everyone's clashing here and there, you don't get it, right? But then when the good times come, that's where you are supposed to enjoy, that's what it's meant to be. So it feels, it takes off a lot of pressure, at least for me, right? Now, the 1 month that I sat and I wrote um, these journal entries, I've realized that it really makes me feel into, it makes me be in the present moment, you know. And yeah, if you think I'm going to do this for the next rest of my life, maybe not, right? But it made me appreciate what things I have in life. And believe me, I'm someone who absolutely hated the idea of sitting down and writing stuff at the end of the day, huh? I mean, let's be honest, I would rather go play a game or find ways to de-stress than to sit and write something, right? Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. Now, expressing gratitude is absolutely different from feeling what you're feeling. right? When you express gratitude outwardly, it helps in interpersonal relationships. I've noticed this insanely change in my life with my relationships with my friends and families, right? When we genuinely appreciate and acknowledge the action, the kindness, and support of others, it fosters a sense of connection and deepens our relationships, right? Gratitude helps us recognize the contribution of others and encourages reciprocity, kindness, and empathy, ultimately creating a positive and nurturing social environment. You see, incorporating gratitude into our daily lives helps us shift our perspective from focusing on what we lack to recognizing and valuing what we have. See, again, it's a shift of perspective, right? When tried shifting my perspective with the fact that life is shit, but when I get the good moments, I love those moments. Those are the moments I love, and I wanna embrace it as much as I can. Then you start seeing things very differently. I don't know. I think you guys should try it out if you ever, if you want to get into this journey of trying to improve yourself. I think try flipping that perspective. It will make a big difference because this shift in perspective can lead to greater contentment and a reduction in the tendency to constantly chase external sources of happiness. So, gratitude promotes not only your overall well being, not only your resilience, not only your interpersonal relationships, but it also can inspire acts of kindness and promote a more compassionate and empathetic attitude towards others. You see, when we recognize and appreciate the positive impact of others in our lives, we are more likely to extend kindness and support to them. Gratitude fosters a sense of interconnectedness, encouraging us to contribute positively to the well being of others. Now, incorporating the art of gratitude on a day to day basis allows us to cultivate a positive mindset, build stronger relationships, and find joy in the present moment. It enhances our overall well being and promotes a more compassionate and empathetic approach to life. Now, by consciously acknowledging and expressing gratitude, we can experience profound shifts in our perspectives and lead a more fulfilling and meaningful life. 88% of our thoughts are negative thoughts, right? Imagine 88% of our thoughts are negative thoughts. So so if you are consciously dwelling in a negative moment, in the negative zone, you are just increasing those negative thoughts, the percentage of those negative thoughts, right? So it's so important, and I think this comes only because this has been a journey of self practicing and trying, not just for the 1 month, for the last 2 years, ever since I started taking therapy and going to this whole spiritual journey. I think you have to realize when you are in that state, and that realization or that awareness comes from knowing that okay, you are repeating certain patterns, your patterns are being repeated, and when you realize that, you need to shift, you need to focus on the positive things, because come on, 88% of your thoughts are already negative. If you're sitting right now and thinking your life is shit, you're just increasing that number. So do not be afraid to consciously shift that negative thought and move to something positive. Look around, look for something beautiful. All I'm saying is that look, I was someone who was absolutely against the idea of journaling, or actually against the idea of being gratitude or practicing the art of gratitude. It's like every day, how can I write three things that I'm thankful for? And so after some point, it would be stupid. I'd say things like I'm thankful for this roti I had, or this bread I had. So it can feel like that at times, but I think you have to go in it with an open mind. And the overall lesson from it is this only, that boss, world is already filled with a lot of negative stuff. World is filled with a lot of bad news, sad news, and you need to find your positive news, your dose of positive news, because that will change perspective, and that will make you come out as the bigger person.